Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the Sikh Channel Business Show. Today I'm joined by Ruhi Vilku, who's based in Birmingham and works for BDO, the 5th largest accountancy firm in the world. Welcome to Sikh Channel, Ruhi. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you, Gurpreet.
How are you feeling being part of the Sikh Channel Business Show?
I'm very, very flattered and proud that I'm here and that you guys gave me this opportunity to come here and talk about me and my work.
Thank you. First of all, tell our viewers about your profession. What excited you to join this as a field of work?
So I don't actually come from an accountancy background.
Right.
I studied physiotherapy when I was in India.
Okay.
So my dad's a doctor, so I kind of felt like a normal route to follow the medical side. But when I moved to UK in 2004, I didn't find work in that area that exhilarating, or I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I thought I might. Then I started studying towards an AAT diploma in accountancy, which I completed in late 2014. And I think the thing I was looking for was more something a bit more stable in terms of hours and job, which the hospital jobs weren't providing me. So when I was doing my last year of AAT diploma, I applied for the job in BDO. And I got the job luckily, and yeah, that's where it all started. And then I started to study towards my ACCA degree, which is the Chartered Accountancy.
Right.
And we have to do 16 modules, I think, altogether. And I'm on my last one, and I sit that in December.
That's great.
Yeah.
Tell us more about BDO, the firm you're working right now. What kind of services they offer?
So BDO is an international firm. It has a global network.
Yeah.
It operates in many different countries. It has quite a few different UK locations. It is the world's 5th largest firm, like you said. It offers, in the BDO Birmingham, where I'm based, it offers audit and advisory kind of services. Tax services, corporate finance, anything from transaction services to mergers and acquisitions, and also forensic where I work. So a lot of the advisory services like risk and management consultancy services, yeah.
After 5 years of experience, I'm right?
Yes.
5 years of experience. What is the best thing about your job right now?
To be honest, I've enjoyed every second of it since I've been there. I know it probably sounds a bit, but it's when I joined BDO and I started working there, I think only a few months. It took me a few months to realize this is where I wanted to be. This is what was missing in my career, and since then I've enjoyed the whole learning process. Because it's different stream where I work in forensics to working in, say, audit or tax, because they do kind of similar things day in, day out. In forensics we do quite a lot of varied projects, and your day is never boring, because you could be doing one thing one day and you could be working on a different project the next day, which is because of my level in the team at the right now. I get involved in many different projects, and it could be really varied. My day could be.
Right. And business development is really important, generating new clients. What is your take about client attraction, sourcing new clients?
Okay, so the work that we do, our clients, we sometimes don't directly go to the clients. So our work, they will come from solicitors and lawyers.
Okay.
So our clients will contact the solicitors. So for instance, if a client is getting divorced, they will hire a solicitor. And what they would want is a report which sets out what the assets of the husband are worth. So if he's a director in a company, for say, and we want to value the company, so the solicitors will then appoint us as their experts. So we will then work with the solicitor and the client to get the project done. So most of our work comes from solicitors. So we market our services to mainly the lawyers and solicitors,
Right.
and some corporate firms as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the company, are you a team player or do you prefer to work on your own more?
I think what I do, we have to be a team, because I think.
What are the dynamics, the structure the
So
team works towards?
yeah, we have a partner in our team, one partner, and we have 4 directors currently, and then we have senior managers
Right.
and managers, and then the juniors, the executives.
Right.
So we all, any project, there will be a junior involved and a manager involved, and the partner gets involved in the end when he does his reviews. So for us to work together, we have to work together as a team. But sometimes if there is some part of the project which could be left to me, and I quite like getting on with it, and if I get stuck, then I will just shout and ask for help. So teamwork is hugely important.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your background. Where were you born and raised? Would you please tell us about your early life?
Okay, so I was born and raised in India.
Okay.
My dad is a gynecologist, and my mom stayed home. She looked after us. I have 2 siblings, my sister and my brother. I'm the eldest of them all. And yeah, growing up in India, it was really, really, really nice. And I moved to UK in 2004 when I got married, and since then I've been here, but I try to go back every year because I do miss my family. So I talk to them over the phone most days. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't talk to them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And what about the initial years of your career? Some internship, some job, something you did. Can you tell us more about that?
So when I was in India, our physiotherapy, when I did my bachelor's in physiotherapy, we have to do a 6-month internship in hospitals. So that's how the course is structured. I did that in various hospitals around Amritsar, because I studied at Guru Nanak Dev University. And then you finish off your course doing practical experience in various hospitals. So yeah, that was quite interesting doing that.
So at that time, were you interested even a bit in accountancy, and did you think of it as a backup career? And when you changed your career stream, how did accountancy come forward?
No, not at all. Growing up, because I wasn't really brilliant in maths when I was in school. Academically, I think I was better in science, so that's why naturally I took up medicine and physiotherapy. So growing up, I never had a backup plan, which probably you should have. But
how did accountancy come up?
Okay, so this is when I moved to UK. I worked in City Hospital as a theatre assistant for a while, and I found the hours really difficult. I found it really hard to cope with the hours and the demand that the job required. I also just had my son, who was very young at the time, obviously, and so managing that and managing the hours that the job needed, it was really quite challenging. So then I decided, okay, I need a career which can not guarantee, but which can give me some kind of indication what hours I'm going to be working. So something office-based. I started looking up some online courses or what courses are available around me. I used to live in city centre at that time, and Southern City College, Birmingham came up as having an AAT diploma course, which was run part-time, so which fitted in really well with my job at City Hospital at the time. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe I can give this a go and see where it goes.
Sure.
Because it was a diploma, it wasn't, and you only went to college a day or once or twice a day, twice a week. So I quite enjoyed that. So I started with level 2. So there's level 2, 3 and 4 of AAT. And when I was doing my level 3, I kind of just flew through it. So I enjoyed it really yeah. So when I was doing my level 4, I was looking for something now that I could make this into a career. So I just thought that the more I actually progressed in my AAT, the more it gave me the hunger to carry on and working in that field, because I was enjoying studying the accountancy.
Great. And were there any obstacles pursuing career in accountancy as well, studying it or finding job? Were there any difficulties?
I mean, studying has been hard, to be honest with you. AAT wasn't so challenging, and especially with somebody who hasn't had any business background at all.
Yeah.
I would say it wasn't that hard for me. I quite enjoyed the AAT, and it was quite easy sailing, I would say. But once I started my ACCA, that's a whole lot of different ball game altogether. ACCA is much harder. It's a big step up from your AAT studies. Yeah. So that was really challenging. I mean, obviously managing a young child, because I don't live with his father anymore, so we separated. So managing him, working full time and also studying part time, it was quite difficult. Finding time sometimes, and yeah.
Definitely. And who were the key people you found your support in during these difficult times?
My parents have been there, and that's the reason I actually go back to India every year, because it's important for me to see them. I find if I'm having a bad day or a down day, or I just pick up the phone and call. It's either my parents or my sister, who I'm also very close to. So I will speak to one of them, and I think that kind of just, it puts me back in the mood.
And any accomplishments you find significant in your career, 5 years of career in accountancy? Are there any highs you saw during this time?
I think mainly passing all my exams the first time. And the projects that I work on, and because we have a process in BDO whereby you get appraised on every single project that you do or you work on. So when I get a good feedback from the managers that I work with, it really means a lot for me that yes, I'm doing something right. It tells me.
And during this time, did you develop your own strategies in accountancy as a career, be it studying or be it doing your work, because you switched your career quite late in life? So
yes.
While studying, while going about it, did you find yourself building your own niche, your own space into this, having not learned those things in college or in the school that you went to? So did you find building yourself in this field someday?
Yes, I'm still at a very young stage in this career, because I'm still actually doing my exams. So the next step, yes, after my exams are finished, which will be after December, the next step will be for me to build my niche and to build my own network of clients, and liaising with the solicitors and everybody, so that I can generate work myself.
Sure.
So that is something that it's not that I'm not gonna, I will actually start working towards that already. So we network with a lot of solicitors on sometimes weekly basis, or we have some coffees with them every month or something, so that they know we are here and what kind of services we offer. We run several networking events in our firm as well, which and then we invite all our clients. And
This was your personal target to achieve, but as a company, do you have any short-term or long-term goals that you're working towards in your team? What does BDO look forward to at this present stage?
I think building their footprint in the industry, because BDO is a mid-tier firm, so it is well established in the market already, and a lot of people will be familiar with the name.
Yeah.
Although I understand the big four are the main firms, and a lot of people know them, but not some people might not know about BDO. So I think when we market ourselves, we want to make sure that people know what BDO is and what kind of services we offer them, because we offer a quite varied range of services. So for example, in tax, we could be doing taxes for private clients to big corporations, to multinational companies. So it's not that it's just for corporate clients. We cover a wide range of clients.
Right.
Yeah.
And any leadership lessons you learned after joining BDO? You met some inspiring people who showed you your way. Anything that helped you grow after you joined BDO?
I think BDO's main values, one of the main values which I really, I feel that it's very relevant, and it's empowering. So whenever you work with somebody, you empower them to carry out that work, and you trust them. That's one of the other values. You trust them that they will do the job that you've set out. So and that is one of the main things I think BDO really pushes on, the core values.
And what inspires you every day on a day-to-day routine going to your job? What is it that fills you with the passion for going to work?
I think I want to set an example for my son. He is the center of my world, as you probably already noticed. I've mentioned him a few times. I think, and achieving what I want to achieve, where I want to be, I will set an example for him. So every day the motivation is my son, thinking, okay, I want to be successful, so I can show him growing up that you know I had help. Yes, I had help from my parents, but I did everything myself. So setting an example that you know you can work hard towards something, you can change careers late in your life, but still be successful.
Right. So, is this your mantra of life? Everybody has one, to each his own. So, what is this your philosophy of life? And are these experiences that you have been through, they have developed this mantra of yours, or has there been anything else, any such people who helped you have this philosophy of life?
I don't really have such a philosophy. I just take every day as it comes, really. My end goal is to be successful. And I've seen growing up my father, who came from a small village in India, and how he has worked hard to be where he is today. And we have seen him work all hours. He's a doctor, so I mean, he could be coming home 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we are sleeping. We didn't even know that, you know, Dad's been working all night. So and seeing that hard work and that dedication is really given me that motivation that yes, if he can do it, so can I. And I want to work hard and show him that, you know, I followed his footsteps as well.
Being an Asian woman, do you think Asian women are represented enough in this field of work? Have you seen any ideals around to follow the footsteps?
There are certainly few in BDO. Not in my team, but there are other teams where we have Asian women, and they are very successful, and Asian men as well. I mean, there are examples, but I think they're not enough probably. But but yes, it is something. It's a career choice. But I chose this, so but I hope I can be an example to other women so that they can follow this route. I think it's a nice stable career to choose. You have the certainties. Oh yes, I have to work late sometimes, but there's also the flexibility of working from home, or you can work remotely as well. So, and if you've got a family, it does, and the company understands it that you have family, and they're flexible with you in those terms. So yeah, there are women in our firm, and I'm sure in the bigger firms there are even more Asian women who are at very successful positions.
Right. And maintaining a work and personal life balance is very important. Given that you have family back home in India as well, and you're the only parent for a child, are there days when you find it difficult to cope up with your work, your home, and everything?
Yes, I mean, these days currently are very difficult for me because my exam's coming up, and work is also really busy. I have a deadline coming up next week, and yes, in those challenging times, I do feel that my son is kind of left on the sideline, or he can just, you know, I'm not spending as much time as I would like. But I know I can see the finish line almost. My exam. After my exam, hopefully things will change. Then it will be just work, and then come home, and then at least I can spend a few hours with him before he goes to bed. So I think spending that quality time is really important for me.
And work-wise, how do you avoid work suffering from all these hassles? How do you manage deadlines at work?
I carry my laptop everywhere. So if I have to, say, log on from home and work from home, I have to, and then I do it. If I have to work weekends just to get that project finished, I will do it. And that's the flexibility I was talking about as well. So but if you're working on a project, it is your responsibility to finish it on time. And in our work, sometimes it is a court deadline, and it's a set date, and we cannot do anything to change it sometimes. And so we have to make sure that the work gets done.
Okay. On last note, do you have any message for the youngsters looking towards building a career in accountancy?
I think it's a great trainee graduate program that BDO runs. Is great, and they take I think it's a September intake that they take graduates. It's a great career because you can work as well as study, and your employer will pay for your training course, which if you're doing by yourself is really expensive, trust me, because I've done half of it myself.
Great.
And there are 16 modules, over 16 modules, which you have to study to be an accountant. But if you get selected on the trainee graduate program, you will get all your studies paid for, you will get study leave, and you will earn money while you're studying. So,
all right, Ruhi.
yeah.
It was really nice to meet you today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Yes, I have, yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Joining us today. This was Ruhi Vilku from BDO, the 5th largest accountancy firm in the world. Thank you for watching the business show. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.